All right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're going to be watching me from across the globe. Welcome to today edition of our real estate nuggets and information. All right, today episode we're going to be talking about the hidden costs to budget for when buying properties in Nigeria. Hidden costs. Because a lot of people, always end up maybe sometimes fighting, arguing, or even stalling the process of acquiring good property because of these hidden costs, especially where they are not spelled out from the beginning. So I want to talk about some of those hidden costs that might be coming up, excuse me, might be coming up when you buy property in Nigeria. So as a buyer, prospective buyer, always ask your agent, company, wherever person you are buying from upfront that please you want all the hidden cost, potential hidden cost to be itemized and amounts added so that you can know and be prepared for. Some of them you need to pay immediately, maybe immediately after paying for the land or the property. Some may be delayed for some months, some years before you pay. So today we're going to be talking about them. As usual, I usually itemize them down so that we go straight to the point. So number one on the list today, we're going to be talking about the legal fees, the legal or professional fee. What is this legal or professional fee? Because it's whereby you engage a lawyer to be able to do maybe title search, to be able to to check for the property authenticity for you. Maybe go to the land bureau, go to court and all that. So this potentially might come up. So a lawyer helps you verify the property title, most likely. So it is always advisable that you engage a lawyer, a property real estate lawyer that understand real estate to do some of this search for you before you proceed to buy. So typically, the lawyer will want to charge anywhere between 5 to 10%, anywhere between 5 to 10%. So there's a legal or professional fee that might likely come up or might be involved if you need a lawyer to search for the property for you before you proceed to buy. Then again, there is an agency fee. Number two, agency fee. Agency fee, this is the commission paid to the real estate agent, broker, or company that facilitated the property deal. So most likely is an agent, a broker, or a realtor that will bring this property to you or that will show you this deal. So there is a commission to pay them. It could be a company that is acting as the agent, or it could be an individual. So you should be aware that there's something called an agency fee that may likely be involved. And it goes anywhere official between 5 to 10%, depends on the property. So it goes between 5 to 10% of the cost of the property. So you should have this in mind that the agency fee is another hidden charges that might be coming up in your property purchase. Have that in mind. Then number three, the survey plan cost, the survey plan fee. Because most likely when you buy a property, you need to be able to do the survey in your own name. So once, even the property that have survey, it's advisable you do the survey in your own name because that's what will help you to go to perfect your own title or register your own title. So a survey plan fee is there. So it probably will range between 150,000 naira all the way to maybe even 1.5 million naira. Depends on the location. Between about 150,000 naira, maybe all the way to about 1.5 million naira, or could be even be more. But these are usually the ranges based on most states in Nigeria. In the eastern region, is a bit cheaper than in Lagos and I think Abuja. So a survey plan fee, what you need to pay, mostly done by a registered surveyor. Get a registered surveyor to do that so that they will charge the appropriate fee and they'll be able to do you a stamped and registered survey. So survey plan fee is number three. You must be aware that are all part of the hidden charges that may be coming up in your property purchase. Then we have the deed of assignment or conveyance fee or power of attorney. In the eastern region, use mostly power of attorney. So that's transfer of ownership, which most time it is done by the lawyer that have done the search. So sometimes you can negotiate both of them together. The lawyer will help you do the search and will be the one that will draft the deed of assignment. But usually it goes, that one is negotiable. Most times they will want you, according to the MB, I think they say you pay about 10% of the property cost, but I think it's negotiable with the lawyer. So get a property lawyer that have a seal, have an address, can sign to be able to do your documents, your deed of assignment, deed of conveyance, power of attorney, contract of sale, whichever document you need to do to legalize the transaction. So those are other the costs that will be coming up. So as I said, most times it is comboed or lumped with the property search by that lawyer. Or sometimes if there are different lawyers that will do that for you, know that that one will also come as a separate cost. So the deed of assignment cost is also another hidden cost. Then we also have the governor's consent. Most times, ideally, if you purchase a property from someone and the person have a deed of assignment, so when you purchase it, need to be able for you to buy from the person, need to do a governor's consent. That's why most deed of assignment or the right thing when any deed of assignment should have a consent page at the back, so that to know that for government to consent it, how the property is passing from one person to the other. So the consent fee usually maybe between 3 to about 8%, 10% of the property. So most times it comes up, but as I said, that might not be necessary or may not be compulsory at the beginning. But if you want to really perfect your title, your document, your land, the consent fee is something you should also be. Those one is now left at your own discretion. But these are things that could come up even after paying for the deed of assignment fee. The consent fee may come up as well. You may need to do that one, but maybe at your own discretion. Then another one that you will likely will not avoid is the development levy. Development levy, if you are buying land in a developed estate or community, you may be required to pay a development levy, or they call infrastructural levy. Because remember, that community or that estate, they have done the road network, brought in electricity, brought in the gutters, water, and so on and so forth. So they paid money in providing those services. So anybody that wants to come and build in that place or even buying a house in that place, the community or the company would share that maybe according to the number of plots or buildings in that particular community or estate. So you will be required to pay your own contribution to the development levy. So even if you buy a virgin place, when the place is ready for development, the community, either the estate landlord association or the company facility management office, will demand for that. So those are other hidden costs that you will come up in your property purchase, the development levy. That is number 6. So have those things in mind or put them in mind. Those one may not come immediately, but it will eventually come in the future. So not when it comes, you start panicking, thinking that they rip you off. No, all those things are costs you need to pay later on. Then we have the documentation or registration fee. Documentation or registration. So official registration of your document at the state land registry is essential to secure ownership. Yes, it's advisable after you have gotten your deed of assignment, your conveyance, or whichever document you've gotten from the seller. go and register it in the court. Go and register in the court of law so that the government will be aware also of the transaction. So documentation or registration fee, but that is left at your discretion. So those are other hidden charges that might be involved in your real estate transaction. So have that in mind, that the documentation or registration fee is also part of the thing that you might need to do after purchase of your property. Then finally, I think the community or traditional fee, they call it community or traditional fee. So in some areas, especially outskirts or villages, you might encounter the community or traditional levy. So which may include, maybe especially when you want to fence, when you want to. So in fact, some people will ask you even upfront. I recently myself bought some land in a community in Abia State. So there are, apart from the deed of assignment and so on, they say how you have to pay their traditional rights. In hand, they call it traditional rights. So all those things are things you still need to be helped. Those are hidden charges that you may not know or may not be spelled out from the beginning. But when you have paid, you see them start coming up. So the traditional rights, the community fee, all those things are hidden charges that will come up in your real estate transaction. So have those things in mind, not when they start coming up, you think that anybody is ripping you off of what you have paid. That why didn't you tell me from beginning? Why no, 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 no. Ask of them before you even transfer, so that the thing can be itemized. Then the ones you need to pay immediately, you note them or negotiate for them. Most of these fees are negotiable, but the ones that you need to pay maybe when you have started developing, building on the land or living in the house, then those ones you also note those ones. So as I said, number one is your legal fee, your agency or brokerage fee, your survey plan fee, your deed of assignment fee, your governor's consent fee, development levy fee, documentation fee, and community or traditional levy fee. So there are about 8 fees that might come up, in your real estate transaction. So ask your agent, whoever person is present, what are the hidden fees that are involved in this transaction. Let them tell you upfront, so that you know if you are ready to be able to proceed and it's something that you can be able to do. So thank you again as you listen to this episode. As I said, we are in the business of creating wealth in real estate. So if you want to purchase stress-free, trouble-free real estate, either land or houses, after watching this, please send us a DM or you call us on our contact number. I mentioned again 0802 0802 You can reach out to us and we can get you property in Lagos, Abuja, and the eastern region. Those are our stronghold. But any other place you want, we can always network and get you something there. So thank you for listening again today, and God bless you. See you in the next one. Bye bye.